and you're watching Crash Course
101.
Yeah!
Today we will be talking about our favorite dynasty ever.
The Shang Dynasty.
Woohoo! The Shang dynasty is so big that it would probably take a very, very long time to explain each small detail. And I know everyone would love to spend their precious time on this topic, but you probably have history homework to do and you have no time. So we will summarize it in a 7 to 10 minute
A long time ago in East Asia, a tribe living by the Yellow River was done with the rule of Emperor Jie from the Xia dynasty. A citizen from the tribe, named Shang overthrew the despotic ruler of Jie, and after successfully defeating Xia's army in the Battle of Mingtiao, Emperor Tang created the Shang dynasty.
Shang China was centered in the North China Plain and it was extended as far north as modern Shandong and Hebei provinces, and east and westward through the present Henan province. The emperor lived in and ruled from a capital city. It wasn't always the same city. Although many capitals were recorded, only a few have actually been confirmed with archaeological evidence. During Tang's reign, he abolished the way Jia governed, and they also governed the people with compassion. He was like a mother bird, and all his citizens were his children. Even though Tang was very nice, he was also the emperor, which meant there was not much equality going on.
The king was at the top of the social pyramid, followed by the military nobility, priests, merchants, and farmers. The elites were buried in elaborate pits tombs with various objects of wealth for possible use in the afterlife. The lesser class were buried in pits of varying size based on status, while people of the lowest classes were sometimes even tossed down wells. Women in the Shang dynasty had no rights. The only point of a woman was to bear children, especially a son. If a woman would have a daughter, sometimes they would just abandon it completely or sell it away.
During the Shang dynasty, Confucianism or Taoism had not been created yet, so folk religion appeared a lot during this dynasty. It was polytheistic, meaning the people worshipped many gods.
Agriculture and health of a person was connected with the gods. If the gods were at peace, this equaled good harvest and good health. If the gods were not in peace, this equaled bad harvest and bad health. To keep them happy, they would give offerings to the gods, like for example, people would leave food or alcohol.
People gave more offerings to Shang Tai or Shang Dai because he was the supreme god who ruled the heavens. Hello, Camera 2. It's time for the open letter. It's on rice. Dear Rice, how are you on this fine day? Why are you white? How come you couldn't be a cool color like red or indigo?
True that.
You're just bland. Maybe if you were a different color, people would love you even more. Maybe people all over the world would have festivals. But no, you're white and boring. Even though you are nutritious and pretty tasty with orange chicken, you don't give me that fun factor, except when I throw rice at other people. Anyway, you're still awesome, but you aren't super awesome. Maybe someday you will be just that, but one can only imagine. Best wishes, Rosa.
The Shangese, I think that's a word. Well, who cares? It's a new word in my lexicon. The Shangese were skilled workers in bone, jade, ceramic, stone, wood, shells, and bronze, as proven by the discovery of shops found in excavation sites. The Shang developed complex forms of irrigation and flood control. The farming of millet, wheat, and rice, and barley crops provided the major sources of food. Domesticated animals raised by the Shang include pigs, dogs, sheep, oxen, and silkworms. Can you imagine someone teaching a 3-inch caterpillar how to create silk? It's pretty funny imagining the silkworm confused like, what?
What? Chinese merchants traded in salt, iron, copper, tin, lead, and antimony. People also started to write, but since paper was not invented yet, they used oracle bones. Oracle bones contain information on solar and lunar eclipse and other celestial moments which took place in indicating the start of the Chinese astronomy. People started using chopsticks made out of bamboo, and up to this day, are still used all around the world.
Oh, we're done. During the rule of Zhongding, the dynasty deteriorated. His own family tried to remove him from the throne, and soon social problems appeared and the emperor's power declined vastly. During the last year of the Shang dynasty, rebellions appeared often because of the way the emperor Zhou treated his citizens. He would live in luxury while many people were very poor and barely could even afford food. In despair of losing his own crown, Emperor Zhou killed himself, and in 1046 BCE, the Shang dynasty was overthrown at the Battle of Mui, and the Zhou dynasty was established.
Even though the Shang dynasty only lasted for about 400 years and brought many useful tools and inventions to the world, many people argue that the Shang dynasty wasn't the prime dynasty in Chinese history. Yet other people think it was an amazing dynasty and it's like the best dynasty ever.
What do you believe? Do you believe the Shang was the best or the worst dynasty in Chinese history?
Well, that's all the time we have today. See you next time. I'm Rosa.
I'm Brian.
And this was the
Crash Course 102. What the heck? What Dude, who's gonna clean that?
I know. You can't even burp.
I can't burp because I am a gentleman with manners.
I'm not. Yikes. Yo.
You should do that now. Ooh.
I was looking if I
I
had.
could do that too.
I was looking if I had something in my eye.
And then you were just like, okay, sure. Ooh.
See, I can do it too. I'm doing one. I want to
You
do
can do
one.
My eyes hurt now. Well, my eyes been hurting all day. I'm just kidding. Oh my gosh, I can't.